Your willpower goes to zero right after lunch. You can't focus. You can't start that demanding task. You reach for sugar. You doom scroll instead of working on your goals. If that sounds familiar, your willpower battery has invisible leaks, draining it all day long. And in this video, I'll show you a 5-minute daily exercise based on William James's research that will help you to identify those leaks and recover up to 50% of your willpower capacity in just 7 days. Before we begin, here is my picture in August 2024, and here's me again in May 25. 10 months it took me to shed 90 pounds. I was XXL, and now I'm M. And I'm maintaining that size. It feels fantastic. How did I do that? One word: willpower. Your willpower behaves like a battery. Every decision, every act of self-control utilizes some portion of the energy. But the problem is that most of us don't realize what's draining it in the background. And I'm giving you 5-minute practice so you can address them and fix the leaks. Then I'll reveal the 7 most common drainers and how to fix them. Drainer number 7 is the one that nobody talks about, and it's costing you up to 30% of your battery right now. Your willpower lives in a specific brain region called the anterior mid-cingulate cortex, the AMCC for short. This region is only several million years old, which is nothing in evolutionary terms. It's basically a toddler. The AMCC is what kicks in when you do something difficult or uncomfortable, like resisting that cookie, AMCC, pushing through a workout, AMCC, staying focused on a boring work, that's also AMCC. And the bad news, right now 3 hidden drainers are killing it in the background. But the good news, we can identify them and fix that. We can also grow this region and strengthen it like a muscle. AMCC is very fragile, and it's not working alone. It's part of a larger self-control network, your frontal lobes and prefrontal cortex. And they all working together to keep long-term goals, override impulses, suppress emotions, resist cravings, and manage the conflict between instant gratification and delayed gratification. Your anterior mid-cingulate cortex is very energy hungry. Every time you resist checking on your phone, every time you resist telling your neighbor what you really think about him because he blocked your driveway again, every push at the gym, that last rep, it's your willpower battery. But there are also invisible battery drainers that run in the background, and they are very personal. So let's craft your own personalized list of your drainers. We're going to use the practice suggested by William James, the American psychologist and philosopher, one of the fathers of modern psychology, certainly the father of American School of Psychology, and one of the fathers of pragmatism. William James is one of my all-time heroes, and pragmatism is what I believe made America the greatest country of all. So James said that truth grows out of action. The value of an idea isn't in how elegant it sounds, but in what it helps you to accomplish on a Wednesday morning when life gets hard. That's pragmatism. And by the way, that reference from Catch Me If You Can film about 2 frogs or 2 mice in milk, that's also William James. We're gonna need 15 minutes a day, preferably right after lunch, for a week. For that exercise, you will need a box of paper clips, or it could be a box of matches or a box of toothpicks. I'm going to use this box of puzzle pieces. That doesn't matter. Set up a timer for 5 minutes, and your task is to get paper clips out of that box one by one and lay them on a table, like this. And you do that for 5 minutes, for a whole 5 minutes. Then set up another 5-minute timer and put those paper clips back to the box for another 5 minutes. The idea is that this task has to be meaningless, unproductive, without any tangible result. The most important is that right after this exercise, you grab a piece of paper and you reflect on that exercise. Ask yourself questions. What made this hard? What distracted me? What annoyed me? What thoughts came up? This written reflection is the gold. That's your portrait of resistance. And William James noticed a pattern. By day 3 or 4, the number of those obstacles, the list of what makes this activity harder, gets bigger. The mind starts throwing more excuses, more distractions, more random thoughts. And on day 7, don't do the actual exercise. Instead, Spread out all of your writings, read through them, and look for patterns. What obstacle showed up every single day? What was the hardest one for you? And after 7 days, you'll be able to point at each one of them and say, this is what stops me from doing the hard work. This is what makes focus impossible. And this is why I keep breaking my promises. Now that you know how to find those drainers, let me show you what you're going to find. After analyzing dozens of such portraits of resistance from the clients I mentor, I identified the 7 most common willpower drainers that show up again and again. Drainer number 1, boredom. They say it's boring. Well, I have some bad news for you. Your brain is addicted to dopamine from instant gratification loops. And when brain isn't stimulated, your prefrontal cortex goes into low power mode. You start seeking dopamine hits, scrolling, snacking, checking notifications. It's not really boredom, it's your brain screaming for a dose of that instant dopamine reward it got used to. And the only fix there is dopamine detox first and behavior after. There's a whole separate conversation on how to manage dopamine addiction. For now, we just say that it's doable, very much doable, and you're in the right place. Drainer number 2, unfinished tasks and multitasking. I don't personally believe in multitasking. Every open task lives in your working memory. Pay bills, overdue emails, taxes, half-finished projects. Your brain treats them like 50 apps running in the background, constantly switching between all of those tasks. You're unable to focus. And you're not unable to focus because you're lacking of this focus, but you just have too many tasks to choose from. And the fix here is to brain dump everything and then use whatever the category system you like, maybe 3 category system. Do it right now tasks. That takes less than 15 minutes. Do them right away. If it takes more than 15 minutes, schedule it. Specific date and time, description, priority. Or ask this question. What will happen if I'll never finish this task? And if nothing really bad's going to happen, delete them. Delete it forever. You can also apply the Eisenhower quadrant to manage those tasks, but they has to be somewhere visible, not in your head. And our task is to kill everything that is not important and finish all of those mini tasks. Drainer number 3, random thoughts and inner dialogue. Your mind wanders. You replay conversations. You plan dinner while working. You judge yourself for not focusing. Each thought is a micro drain. It's a cognitive overload. When your prefrontal cortex is exhausted, it loses control over attention. And the fix here is mindfulness, journaling, meditation. William James was a big advocate of mindfulness and yoga. Drainer number 4, suppressed emotions, anger at your boss, stress about money, unresolved conflicts. Your prefrontal cortex regulates emotions. When you suppress that feelings, it's constantly spending energy holding them back. Half of your battery can be gone just from emotional suppression. And the fix here is to discharge those emotions. Journal it out, write, move your body, walk, run, any cardio activity, or speak your truth. Express emotions, channel them into writing or art, or just sweat them out in the gym. Daily exercising not only helps you to release emotional overload, it also charges your willpower battery. The next 3 are the worst. Drainer number 5, decision fatigue. Every decision you make drains willpower. What to wear, what to eat, which email to answer first, what task to do now. By noon, you've already made 200 micro decisions and your battery is dead. And the fix here is to automate everything not important. Same breakfast, same workout, same work uniform. Eliminate trivial choices. Save your decision-making power for what actually matters. Drainer number 6, clutter and chaos. A messy room is a messy prefrontal cortex. Every object out of place creates microstress. Visual clutter creates mental clutter. And the fix here is minimalism. And the minimalism, it's not just aesthetics, it's a cognitive hygiene. Clear your desk, clear your bedroom. Physical order creates mental order. Start with one surface right now, today. Drainer number 7, that's the sauce. That's the root cause. Lack of purpose. When you don't know why you're doing something, your brain resists. It sees the task as pointless. Willpower evaporates. If you want to understand why we're doing that paperclip exercise, it will be very, very hard to do. That's why when I mentor people, I don't disclose the objective for this particular exercise. This is why the paperclip exercise is so hard for them. It's deliberately meaningless. Your brain fights tasks without purpose, and the fix here is to connect every task to a bigger goal. I'm doing this email because it moves my business forward. I'm exercising because I want energy for my kids. Give your brain a reason and it will cooperate. If you can't give it a reason, then, well, indeed, why are you doing this? Kill everything that is not related to your mission, to your purpose. And if you need help to identify your purpose, your mission, welcome to my coaching program. So here's your action plan for the week. This week, do the paperclip exercise for 7 days. You'll discover which of these 7 trainers is killing your willpower the most. And during the weekend, pick up the top drainer from the list, from your portrait of resistance, and apply the fixes I just gave you. Alright, now you know how to identify the drainers, but here's the reality. Knowing isn't the same as doing. If you have any questions, if you found the drainer that wasn't on the list, you're welcome in a comment section to this video or in a community tab here on YouTube. I'm answering to all of my subscribers. Now you know how to fix willpower battery leaks, but fixing leaks is only step 1. In this video right here, I'll show you how to properly charge your battery, because there's no point in fixing leaks if you charge your battery only half of its capacity. So watch it right now and I'll see you there.